What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope all you had a great day today. Getting into this episode of GH. Listen, when Jason came up in that house and he saw Carly and Jax talking, and Carly came walking up to Jason talking about, Mike's son of Tyrus talking to Avery about Mike and stuff, and Jax came by to see how Jocelyn was doing. When she just kept talking, Jason looked at her, but he walked right past her and Jax into the living room without saying anything. Literally walked right past them. Didn't say a word. And when he did that, Carly, her facial expressions told a story. That she knew, that Jason knew, her conversation with Jax was more than what she was claiming it was. Because even when he walked in, it looked like they were talking about something more serious. So he knew she was bullshitting. He knew it. He's known Carly long enough to know when she fronting. Like, you could come up to him with all that BS ass excuse all you want about how, he came, to talk to Jocelyn. And okay, but he knows that that's not what y'all were just talking about. He could look at y'all and tell that. The way that y'all were standing next to each other looking all serious, nah. He knew that conversation was more than what it was, and he wanted her to spill. Period. You might as well spill the tea, tell him what's going on. And of course, Carly was like, yeah, I got something to tell you. Because Carly knew he knew something wasn't right. So Carly was like, yeah, I got to tell you something. She was like, yeah, it's something I did that you're not going to like. Jax knows about it, but I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell Sonny at the time. I had to hide it from him. But I need to tell you what's going on. Jax was like, Jason was like, tell me, come on, like, talk. She just kept saying, I got something to tell you. It's big. I got something to tell you. You're not gonna like, she just kept beating around the bush. I'm like, Carly, let's go. The show is only on for an hour. Let's go. Tell this man what the hell going on. So when she's about to tell him, the doorbell rings. I said, of course, who the hell could this be at this most inopportune moment? And of course, it's Lulu coming in. I said, okay. I think this is Lulu's first time being at Sonny's house in a long minute. Not saying it's the first time she's ever been to Sonny's house, but I'm saying like it's been a minute since she's been to Sonny's house. So it was good that Lulu stopped by to see Sonny and, give her condolences and stuff to Mike or about Mike, shall I say. And Laura sent some pictures and stuff of, back in the day of Mike with her Aunt Ruby and stuff like that. But I'm glad Sonny has somebody to open up to even more about the situation with him and Mike, about how everybody loved Mike, but he still held on to his anger towards Mike for not being here. And I agree with Lulu. Sonny had every right to be angry with Mike. You know what I mean? Mike was a deadbeat dad. I mean, no matter how great he was to other people, it does not neglect the fact, it doesn't change anything that he was a deadbeat. He walked out on his family. That fact is still there. You can't erase that just because he was a good man to everybody else. Yeah, he was a good man, but he was a lousy ass husband. He was a even lousier ass father. You got to be honest. You know what I mean? There's no shame in that. Hell, a lot of us got lousy ass fathers. Look at mine. But it is what it is. I mean, what are you going to do? Sonny has a right to feel the way he feel. So anyway, after Lulu left, so Carly was like, she got to tell Sonny, I understand why Carly didn't immediately tell Sonny, but I said this from the moment it happened. You need to tell Jason, you need to tell Sonny, and you damn sure need to tell Diane. Because you're going to need a lawyer on standby if shit hit the fan. And guess what? Shit hit the fan today. It hit the fan. Oh, it hit the fan royally today. Carly, you are screwed, my dear. You are screwed, sweetie. You are going to the big house. When they get finished with you, your cellmate going to be Big Dorothy and them, I'm telling you. Carly think it's a game. I was like, see, you should have told the Popo what was going on the night it happened. What the hell were you thinking? Why are you listening to Jax? I mean, Jax is my boy, but he was very hypocritical in this sense. Like, he chastised Sonny and Carly for a minute years ago about them covering up the whole Claudia thing. about Michael killing Claudia and stuff. He was angry about that. But now you're suggesting that Carly do the same thing? Cover up another crime? Even though it wasn't murder, it was clearly accidental. But still, it was like, dumb, you should have told the cops, stupid. So, Carly, Sonny comes back into the living room. And Sonny looking at them because Carly and Jason are looking at him. And Sonny's like, okay, what? What the hell going on? Y'all got y'all serious face? What's up? Talk. Don't all speak at once. So Carly basically was like, I got something to tell you. Like, I did something. And so, of course, before Carly could tell Sonny and Jason what the hell is going on, another interruption. Jason gets a phone call from his informant at the police department. They found Nell's body. She's dead. I was like, what? No. Tell me this is a joke. They did not kill Nell off. Ain't no way. They killed Nell? That gotta be a body double. Come on, Nell. I mean, as much as the bitch got on my nerves, Chloe Lanier killed that character. Like, I love Chloe in that character. Nell could get on the nerve. She could irritate your soul sometimes, but she was good TV. Let's not act like she wasn't. Damn, Nell dead. They done found the body. And the look on Carly's face was like, oh shit. Yeah, bitch. Oh shit, you about to go to Pettonville. Because when they get that body and the medical examiner and all CSI and all them techies find your DNA all over that girl body, you going to prison. Because they going to find out that you lied. Because the DNA on her body, the fibers and all that is going to contradict what you told the cops that night. Carly, you in danger. Oh my God. Carly, this is why I said she should have called Diane immediately. Just to have a lawyer on standby. Just in case this shit went down. So that way Diane could act accordingly. Now, Sonny, Jason, Diane all have to do damage control and figure out what to do. Now, because Carly already, mind you, Carly gave a statement without an attorney present. That was stupid. You don't talk without no lawyer. And she didn't even tell Diane what was going on. So Diane has no fucking clue what she told the cops that night. No clue. So now it's going to be hard for Diane to spin this shit if it goes to court. Carly, oh my God. You are in deep doo-doo. Deep. Because once they get that body and get that DNA and all that, it ain't going to take long for the DA to get an arrest warrant. Well, even though Robert's out of town, but the ADA, you know what I mean? It ain't going to take them but a minute to get an arrest warrant for your ass. The hell was you thinking? You wait till now to try and tell Sonny and Jason? I know some people say better late than never, but shh. They done found the body, fool. You going to jail. You are going. Kicking and screaming, but you going. Big Dorothy gonna tear you up in that cell block C. Damn. Man, if Carly gonna be a mob wife, honey, you need to be better than this. Cause I'm like, what is you doing? Like, what, Carly? You been in this game a long time. Come on now, you should have better than this. No, you should have known better not to listen to Jax. Speaking of Jax, Nina sitting there talking about, oh, she happy to be in a relationship where there's no games, no lies, no secrets. Nina, you spoke a little too soon. You spoke too soon. Way too soon. Because that other shoe was about to drop. Just a whole lot of mess is going on this show, and I'm here for it. I'm loving it. It's just a lot of mess. And who's going to clean up all this mess? Speaking of mess, Ava and Nicholas. I am still in awe of the fact that Ava and Nina are so chummy. Like, the way they were sitting there at the Metro Court, they were talking like they've been besties for years. Like, the way that they were talking, they have been talking, they talk like There's never been no beef between them. Like, they've been friends forever. Like, that's just the way they were talking. I was like, damn, you would have never known that they had beef the way that they talk. I was like, God is good. Just look at them. Ava got a girlfriend now. Like, she got a friend that she could just talk to and confide in. I'm here for it. I am here for it. I'm proud of Ava. That's growth. I'm proud of them too. That's growth right there. Like, even when she got that text message and stuff, she was quick to show Nina the text, the picture of her kissing Franco. I was like, wow, I didn't know y'all was besties like that. You know what I mean? Like, she just been confiding in Nina. I said, okay, Ava, I see you. You need some allies on this show, and I'm not mad at it. Because Nina was like, what you gonna do? Because she was like, whoever trying to blackmail you, they gonna want big money. She was like, you got big money? Ava was like, no, not yet. I'm confused. I'm confused. What Ava talking about? She ain't got big money. Ava ain't broke. Ava is not broke. She's been doing good business over the years. You own a nice penthouse. How you ain't got no money? You should have millions. Like, I ain't saying that she's wealthy, but she's rich enough. You know what I mean? So for her to sit there acting like she needs the Cassadine estate, like, we all know Ava did not need Nicholas's money. She's been well off long before Nicholas. So I don't know why they're writing it like she's desperate for the Cassadine money. Since when? So Nicholas got the same text about the picture with him and Liz, and somebody wanted to meet him on the pier. So when he got to the pier, the person, basically Nicholas was saying it's going to take like 24 hours for him to get that kind of money together. We never got to see who the blackmailer was. Part of me starting to feel like it may be Scott. Because of a scene. It could have been a red herring, but when Scott was with Bobby, he jumped up out that table when he got a text message talking about it's urgent business with a client. And then he was gone even during the time Nicholas was talking to the blackmailer. Then after Nicholas left the pier after talking with the blackmailer, Scott came back to the Floating Rib to go sit back with Bobby. I don't think that's a coincidence. And even when Bobby left the Floating Rib, that's when Ava went to the pier to go meet the blackmailer. So Scott was by himself at the Floating Rib, so he had time to go there because Ava went with her gun. Because you know Ava, that's a boss right there. Ava said, nah, I got my piece. Because Nina was like, you sure you don't need me and Jax to go with you? Ava was like, oh no, I got this. See, y'all forget who the hell. See, Ava got to remind folks who she is. Because trust, Ava wasn't going there blind. She had her gun loaded and ready to shoot as soon as somebody stepped out of pocket. I hope it's not Scott trying to blackmail them. I hope not. Because you know Scott, he is a schemer. And you would think him and Ava was friends and whatnot, but you never know with him. Because you know he do love money more than he love friendship. Let's just say that. Speaking of Bobby. So Bobby was sitting there, you know, just moping about her job at GH and the fact that she's not going to be working there no more and that it frees up a lot of time for her to do some DIY projects and stuff. And Scott was just not listening to her. And that's when he got that text message that he claimed was from a client. But he was trying to get, you know, she was talking about going to Mercy Hospital. And Scott was like, hell no, you don't want to go to that tacky mess. And then he was talking about getting her into a new career, doing telemedicine or whatever, being a nurse for telemedicine or whatever, getting in on the ground floor. But when Scott left, Bobby, of course, was pissed. But surprisingly, she was like, no, I'm not pissed at you. Because when Scott came back, she said she wasn't pissed at him. She pissed at herself for dating Scott again. Because she feels like Scott is a very good friend, a very dear friend to her, but he sucks as a boyfriend. So she just wanted to nip that relationship in the bud. She was like, there's no point in me and you dating anymore. We might as well just continue to be friends. But she has a feeling that, you know, eventually they're not even going to be friends anymore. And she said, you know, that would break her heart. I mean, I'm not mad at Bobby for that, though. I'm not mad at that because when you get a particular age, the bullshit has to stop. The games has to stop. You know, Bobby is up in age. Scott is up in age. Ain't nobody got time for these games. You know what I'm saying? And she was just being honest with him. She was like, you know, he's a lousy ass boyfriend and she good. You know, she rather be by herself than unhappy. And currently she's not all that happy with Scott. And Scott was like, nah. We could talk about this. We could fix this. Scott, ain't nothing to talk about. Y'all done. Move on. And she put the bill for their drinks on his tab. And she left a big old tip. Scott looked at that bill. He said, well, damn. He said the tip is bigger than the tab. I said, for real. She hit him where it hurt in that wallet. I like Bobby and Scott together, but I mean, we don't see much of them. But at the same time, I totally get where Bobby coming from. You know, she too old for the bullshit. You know, she need a man that's going to be a man. You know, somebody that's going to listen to her, romance her, you know, be attentive, nurturing. You know what I'm saying? Scott is none of the above. And she was like, nah, I'm too old for all this, bro. I ain't going down that rabbit hole. So anyway, I don't know what Nicholas and Ava gonna do, but I feel like Nicholas wanted to talk to her about the picture, but Ava kind of brushed him off because she needed to go meet that blackmailer. But they do need to talk though and figure out who doing this. Well, they know who doing it. We don't. I'm curious to know who the hell blackmailing them. So anyway, moving on from that. Ned. So Ned went to go meet up with Julian or whatever to ask him about when he's going to come by to see Leo and has he talked to Olivia. Ned was fishing for information. He wanted to know, since he hasn't been in communication with Olivia, has Olivia been in communication with Julian? And Julian was like, I haven't spoken to her. Clearly Julian hasn't spoken to her because he doesn't even know that she's in Geneva visiting Dante, or that's where Ned thinks she is. He doesn't know that. So clearly he hasn't spoken to her. Brooklyn continues to be Brooklyn. I mean, I understand her anger at her father disowning her. I get that. But this is a chance for her to put the past in the past and leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? And I also feel like, as sad as it is, but you need to come to terms with the fact that your family is just dysfunctional as shit. Like, the Quartermains are never not going to be dysfunctional. You know what I mean? But at least Ned is trying to come talk to her and fix it. You know what I mean? Like, at least he's trying. You know what I mean? Because you're his only daughter. And he actually does love her, but she just keeps being a brat. But I understand where she's coming from at the same time. She just feels like she's always going to be a disappointment to him. I'm like, you're not always going to be a disappointment, but it's like, as you get older, you need to change some of your ways. You know what I'm saying? You need to grow up. I mean, you're not always going to do things that's going to make him proud, but at the end of the day, as long as you're happy with it, that's all that matters. But don't go out of your way to disappoint him. Her giving up her proxy, you know, her giving up her ELQ shares and stuff to Valentine, you knew that was going to piss your father off. You knew that. You know what I mean? Like, you knew it. You knew that was going to make him angry and stuff. She didn't know it was going to make him angry to the point he'd throw her out, but still. At least he's reaching out to you. You know what I'm saying? Ned has not been a perfect father to her, but he's not, you know, a deadbeat. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, he just wants her to grow up, take accountability, and be more aware of her actions. That's all Ned really wants her to do. But she just refuses to do it. And Chase at this point is trying to get her to mend fences with her dad because, I mean, it's not that he doesn't want her at his apartment. It's just he has a one bedroom and you're sleeping on the couch. How comfortable can that be? And you're still supposed to be recovering. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, Chase is just trying to, you know, keep the peace within the family and get her the hell out of his place. I don't blame him for that. But, I mean, maybe some of Chase's good qualities can rub off on Brooklyn. You know, maybe. Who knows? I mean, I can only hope so. So, anyway, moving on from that. Molly and TJ are talking about their commitment ceremony. I'm actually happy that they're having a commitment ceremony because I feel like it's a great compromise. Because TJ wanted a wedding. You know, he wanted to make Molly his wife. But Molly is not with the traditional kind of marriage. As far as making it legal, she's not with that. So they came up with the compromise of doing a commitment ceremony. And you know what? I like the idea. It's a great compromise. You know, they get the best of both worlds. Even though it's not going to be legal, but still, you know, got to go from somewhere. Maybe Molly will change her mind one day and want to make it legal. My only thing is I can't get happy about them doing a commitment ceremony knowing that Molly's keeping a secret that she slept with Brando. That's why, because we all know at some point the truth is gonna come out. We know it. Because look at Aunt Stella. She's loving her some Molly right now, but are you gonna be loving her after the truth come out? That's the big question. Like, keep it 100. Like, are you really gonna be loving her? I mean, look at how she acted. Look at how Aunt Stella acted with Jordan when Jordan cheated on her other nephew, Tommy. You know, when she cheated on her first husband, Aunt Stella. It took Aunt Stella years to forgive Jordan. So imagine what she'll probably do to Molly when she find out about Brando. Woo! Hope she got tough skin, because Molly's gonna need it with Stella. But I did love the conversation that Stella had with Molly and TJ individually. Because, you know, TJ opened up about his kidnapping and stuff like that, and how he still has nightmares about it. TJ is still suffering strong PTSD. He's still suffering from it, because he never really talked to anybody professionally. And I'm glad he opened up to Aunt Stella about it, because clearly that abduction is still haunting him, especially when he doesn't know the truth. He doesn't know who did it, why. He doesn't know any of that stuff, and that's what makes it even more scary for him. You know what I'm saying? Because who's to say they wouldn't try it again? Or, you know what I mean? It just makes him more alert and more scared at the same time. And I feel bad for him. Like, the tears in his eyes and stuff like that. That was some raw ass emotion. That was some great acting right there. And I love that. You know, but Molly was being honest too, to an extent. You know, about how she lost faith in TJ when you know, she never heard from him and stuff like that. But I feel like Molly, being the type of person, the character I know her to be, I feel like she should just be honest with TJ about what happened with her and Brando. I don't think she's going to be honest now about it, especially after overhearing his conversation with Stella about the PTSD and stuff. She's not going to be forthcoming now about it. She's going to keep trying to squirm and duck and dodge it, but it's going to backfire on her. Like, it definitely is. So anyway, this was an interesting episode. I enjoyed this episode. This was good. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about it. And I will see y'all all later. Hope you all have a good night. Peace.